How's it going?
Hey, Kevin.
Photo bomb.
This is going in. There's two back to back. Exhaust.
Yeah. This truck had a 2-speed when I got it. It was a full factory truck.
All right, everybody, we're going to continue with the RedNeck Rumble. Awesome rat rod behind me, definitely drew me, but this has got my attention. There's a lot happening here. Tyler, how's it going?
Going good. How about y'all?
Good, good. Mate, let's start with this here. You told me it's a 73.
It is, correct.
73 International truck.
On a 98 Dodge chassis. It's got full air ride with a 12-valve engine that we've added the vintage air on it. We've done some upgrades like turbo, injectors, head studs. Pretty much done a frame off. We went through the whole entire chassis, painted it, mounted the body, kept it kind of like it was when I found it.
Okay.
Didn't do nothing real special to it, just added, you know, new lights and mirrors, and then on the interior, kept it kind of straight. We just done a factory seat with new upholstery. I have a headliner, but it's not been put in yet. It's got AC, radio, Dolphin gauges, so you can monitor everything going on. It's got full air ride.
It looks so comfortable.
Oh, it is.
In the inside, it looks so comfortable. I mean,
you sit down in this seat, and you kind of just sink down in it. It just goes around your body.
I love it. I mean, look what it looks like on the outside. I'm loving the spikes on the wheels. Tell me about the barrels.
So these are the fuel tanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I got two 50-gallon fuel tanks. The factory tank used to be behind the seat.
Yes, and a lot smaller.
Yes, and I just decided to kind of fill this gap up and kind of make it look like a mini truck, like a mini semi. Yep. We decided to go with these reefer tanks.
Okay.
And make them strapless, and we made custom brackets to mount them.
Wow, and you've got two of these?
Yes, two on each side. They feed together.
Wow, and so how many gallons would you get like?
This is, it'd be 110 gallons of fuel if you fill both of these plumb up. I usually do about half and let them gravity feed with each other, so I'm running probably around 55 to 60 gallons at a time.
You don't fill up much, do you?
No.
And especially it's diesel as well.
Yeah, no, it don't use much fuel.
Wow, okay, and it's on full air ride?
Yeah, it's on full air ride. Four link the rear end, custom made dry shaft. I got a 12-gallon air tank to supply the train horns that's under this compartment here. And then I built the gooseneck hitch so I can haul my trailer and take my car to shows.
You called it a gooseneck?
A gooseneck trailer all the way here with my car on the back of it, yep.
Okay, we're definitely going to have a look at that rat rod, but this is so cool.
On the back it's just custom bumper with the 73 International cutout in it that lights up at night. Pretty much got, you know, we just added a few things, like added some spider webs in here so you kind of got a little detail. And my goal with it, once it gets a little bit more age on the material right here, I want to clear it and make it have a real shiny, rusty look. Okay. That has not been done yet.
You've just kept the rust.
Yeah, this is like, I'm just kind of let it get a little bit of age, build some character, and then I'm going to clear the body kind of like the car that we're going to look at. I'm going to clear it so it gives it that real shiny, glossy look, but it has that old school feel.
Nice. Yeah. This is pretty cool. I mean, look at the big exhaust pipes coming out. They are massive.
Oh yeah, 7-inch. Yeah, they're I want something not too big, but still caught your attention.
Yeah, it definitely will get your attention, that's for sure. Do they shoot out flames?
They do not. At some point they might, but at this point they do not. It's a good idea. I'd like to do it to both of them.
And you've got, these are the horns?
Yeah, them are train horns, yeah.
All right, before we turn it on and see this in action, because we will, and I want to hear those horns as well, you were looking for a truck to tow your rat rod.
Yes, yep.
That's what was happening.
And this pretty much...
And you couldn't just have an ordinary
No, I did an ordinary truck for a little while, but I decided to have something unique, you need to pull it with something unique.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Which I got another truck I picked up that's similar to this truck, but it's a true 4-door International.
Okay.
Because I got a wife and 2 kids, and my wife's not pleased about having 2 smaller size vehicles and not haul the whole family in.
I don't blame her.
So the next build is going to be a 4-door version, so maybe we can all ride together.
This is so cool. How long did it take you from start to finish?
about 5 years.
5 years.
And that's taking a break in between life. You know, you get busy in life
Of
and you
course.
don't work on it.
You've got wife and kids.
Yes,
That's
and
totally understandable.
So when you really put forth the effort, I mean, time involves probably 3.5, 4 years, but it took 5 with the on and off time.
With it on and off.
Yeah.
And what about the fenders? I'm going to call it the fenders. These are massive.
Yeah, they're
Are they custom?
they are custom made. We just bought flat sheets of metal, and we had a metal roller, and we actually rolled them and got the contour we wanted. Then we done these face plates to kind of hide the rim when you let the air down. So it's just something a little bit different. I run it for a little while with no fenders, and it looked good, but just got a lot of trash, like, you know, water, debris all over the truck, you know, traveling. So I decided to do something. The only thing I gotta be careful with is they get as hot as, yeah. So you gotta kind of be careful about that.
Wow.
But no, I mean, it's just, it kind of was a vision, you know, kind of like that car, and we just kind of went with it, and as we built it, it come together.
Super cool. Let's have a look at the RatRod. What cab do you have here?
This thing right here is a 1931 Ford Model A, and it also has a 12-valve diesel with a twin turbo setup.
So you like your diesel?
Yeah, I'm a diesel man. Yeah, I ain't got nothing against gas, but diesel runs in my blood, so.
Why? How?
Well, we own a dairy farm. We milk cows.
Okay.
So I grew up around diesel engines, working, mechanicking, and it's just kind of what I know.
Yeah.
This car actually started out is totally different. I done some trading around. Kind of that's what got me in it. I traded around and got this car, but if you saw it before, it had a 350 gasser and it was nothing. We pretty much stripped it down to all we used was the front axle and the body.
Okay.
The body was flat black. We done our own patina job on it.
So tell me about that. I'm always fascinated by the patina jobs that get done.
Well, we just pretty much taped off and added some gold or copper, I would say, and some green, and then we done it all black. Then we just started lightly sanding in some areas till I got it kind of where I wanted it, and then we just shot some clear on it.
So you painted it?
Like I've done all this, like I done started out with black, added a little bit of copper, then done some green and black over it, then we lightly just sanded to kind of give it that rustic look. And I done it in just areas that kind of catches your eyes, but it ain't like overkill.
Yeah.
My motto's less is more in a way.
Less is more.
You know, I mean, nothing against some of these guys. They do great stuff. I'm more the type that less is more. You know, it don't probably overpower. It kind of gives you time to look at everything going on.
100%. It draws you in, so then you could explore some more. That engine would be more powerful, I'm guessing, because it has to hold this, or no?
No, well, I mean, this has got probably more modifications done with it.
Okay.
This is probably a harder running engine, just due to the fact it's got, you know, 2 turbos instead of 1, and it's got a little bit more engine work done, because this car is it's more of a toy, I guess you would say. You can get in it, burn the tires, do what you want.
Yeah.
I want this more like reliability. If I can still cruise in it, it smokes, you know, does its thing, but it ain't near as hot. If I want to pull a mountain, I ain't got to worry about having any kind of issues.
And where does the fascination with rat rods come from?
Well,
You're here at the RedNeck Rumble.
I just used to watch Welder Up, you know, and when I bought this car, I was going to flip it. My brother's like, man, let's build something. And it's kind of went from there. I love it. I mean, I would love to do it for a living. One day I might get to, but right now, milking cows and a family business is kind of...
Well, you've definitely got the skills for it.
Well, I appreciate it.
Now, one of the things that always fascinates me about rat rods is the recycling that happens. So tell me if there's a piece in here that you've actually used that was just lying around the house and nobody would even think about it.
Wrenches. I used actually the pedals, the gas pedal, brake pedal is actually old Model A wrenches.
Okay.
That we just had laying around the shop, and we kind of bent them and decided to make, you know, something. You don't really see it, but it kind of adds the character of, hey.
I'd have to go on the other side.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah.
And just odds and ends stuff you may find, you know, like some of this metal. So yeah, you see here.
I mean, we've seen ladies use the pots. We've seen ladies use boots as the cup holders.
I just used 2 old wrenches down there.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, look at that, everybody.
Just the old school. I don't really, I guess I can say there's not a whole lot of stuff I use just laying around, because the stuff we had laying around really didn't fit what I was looking for.
Right.
So I just decided most of this stuff was just bought brand new material and then cut out and done.
And then you custom made it yourself, yeah.
The wrenches, I guess, would be the only thing you could say that was laying around the shop that we just got the idea, hey, because it looked kind of empty up front, and we was like, we need to add something on the front. My brother's like, well, let's just put a wrench up there.
And I mean, this looks like the top of a maybe a coat hanger, or
I'm not really sure. Honestly, that was on it when I got the car, and it kind of just added a little detail. And that was where the, obviously the factory fuel tank was. It's no longer there, but I decided, hey, it's there. I like it. Leave it.
Very cool. All right.
The fuel tank's mounted in the back on this car. This
That's
top
in the
will
inside.
actually pop off. So if you're out cruising, you want to get a little air, you can roll this top back, and it's convert. It's open top. At that point.
That's pretty cool.
But the only downfall to that is the smoke will come inside the car, and your passenger's not very happy. Because when you drive this car down the road, you don't see the road when you're finished. It's black. Like it's juiced up pretty good.
So what does that mean, that if we were to turn it on now?
Like if you turn it, I can start it if you want me to.
All right, well, let's do that.
This car also has train wheels. So.
Okay, we can do that. That's the horn I wanted to hear. That's awesome.
So it's used up a little bit.
Super cool, Tyler. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Maybe next time I'm here, you'll see me at the 4-door. We'll see.
Yep, I hope so. Well, maybe for the fall or maybe next year.
Yep, that's right.
Now this is pretty cool, everybody. I love the classic Chevys. And I knew about the 53s. Like, the reason for that is because I like the Tri-5s. So I always wanted to see a 53 up close, just to see what was happening before the Tri-5s hit the market. So I'm gonna have a chat with Ken, because this is not just a Chevy 53, it's actually a Survivor. It is all original. I mean, there's a lot to tell here, clearly. Ken, how's it going?
All right, doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Come over here, come closer to the car. Absolute Survivor.
Yes, it's all original 6-cylinder, 235, and 3-on-3.
And how long have you had it for?
About close to 2 years.
2 years. And how did you find this? Because it is still in very good condition.
Well, I found it in Elk Mountain, Alabama.
Okay.
Just scrolling and finally found one that hadn't sold already.
Yep.
And I just went and got it. I said, hey, I want that car, and loaded up one Sunday and went and got it.
The body's still good. The rust is not too bad.
No.
The interiors are intact. So where was this kept?
That's a good question. Somewhere in a barn, probably.
In a barn,
because it hadn't been outside, obviously.
Okay.
But I recovered the seats, and I wanted the Mexican blanket look. And this is the exact look I wanted.
And were you looking for a 53?
Technically, I was looking for a 54 Bel Air.
Aren't we all?
But every time I would find one, the time I called about it, it was already sold. So I got to look at this. The more I looked at it, the more I liked it. And so I went with this. And I hadn't regretted it one bit.
Wow, this is so cool. And that engine, you just fixed it up? The original engine?
I haven't done nothing to it.
You haven't done anything to
I
it?
painted the valve cover, and that's it.
I want to see the engine.
Okay.
It's fascinating. Oh, wow.
I did put a new air cleaner and a new battery.
Ouch. This is just absolutely amazing, and it fascinates me. 1953, you can see the rust, you can see the wear and tear, but this ran and it was working.
Oh yeah, I drove it on the trailer.
Wow, there you go.
I drove it down the road and checked it out and turned around, loaded it around the trailer and brought it home. Been driving it ever since.
And it's your driver.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know what to say, I'm absolutely speechless. Now, you love your classics.
Yes.
So you were looking for a 54 Bel Air. Is that your favorite, or are you still looking for one?
Probably my favorite is a 62 bubble top.
Bubble top.
But I have a 62 Bel Air, this bag, that I enjoy as well.
Nice. Nice, Chevy guy. And you're here at the RedNeck Rumble, so you
Yes.
like all cars.
Yes. This is my world right here. I love it.
It's like such a fun backyard, honestly. I say a backyard, but it's massive, and there are so many things, and everything's just lined up next to each other, honestly. You're here, you've got RatRods next to you.
Right. And the people are, you know, they always say cars are cool, people are cooler. I mean, the people are amazing.
Well, I'm so glad you connected with me, and thank you for watching the channel. It's always good to hear positive feedback.
I love seeing everywhere you go.
Appreciate that, Ken. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, I want to find out what is Rides for Rugrats. They've got awesome 32 over here, all done up, and you can win this as well. But let's have a chat with Roger. Roger, how are you today?
I'm just fine. How you doing?
Good, thank you, sir. Come stand over here.
Oh, okay, just stand over here.
Well, you've got all the information behind you, but tell me, what is Rides for Rugrats?
Well, RIDES4RUGRATS is an organization we formed 5 years ago, and what it is basically to help kids. We started out helping the Angel Tree. You know, we raised all this money. But how cool would it be to have a bunch of cars come together to give us a little bit of donation and to help somebody in need. So that's how, you know, that's why we've done Rides for Rugrats. It's all about rides coming together, help Rugrats, which is kids, go to school. We help a lot of kids at Christmas time, you know, that can't afford, you know, the parents can't afford their Christmas. And then that's how we all got started. So
I love that. I love the fact it's a charity, but even better than that, it's a charity to help kids.
Yes,
and unfortunate families. So are you, do you give to an organization, or how do you find
Well, we are the organization.
Okay.
So RatRod is a non-profit 501(c), and we have formed our stuff as a non-profit organization. So we are the organization. So.
And how do you find the people that you give the donations to?
Well, we started out with the Angel Tree, which is you know, like kids at Christmas and need, you know, like, you know, the angels. So like then we decided, hey, a bunch of these kids and stuff like that started. They were more like older kids. You know, they don't really get as help like the younger kids do. So we started with a scholarship program. So we started now, you know, going through all area schools around toward us and giving out applications for, all they got to do is fill out an application, send to us, and we'll read it, and then we give them scholarships to go to trade schools. You know, we may buy them tools, we may even make a payment on their car if they need, whatever they need, gas or whatever they need, hey, here's your check. You know, you can spend it wisely. You know, that's all we, you know, and we just want to help a kid turn the ranch, and our whole deal is, our mission statement is, we believe if we help a kid today, go to school, you know, make something out of himself, hopefully when he gets old enough and sees somebody struggling, he's going to turn around and remember that and help 100%. Somebody pull him up.
100%.
You know, that's the way I believe it. You know, so.
That's just amazing. That's why I had to stop here and I have to ask you. So when did this start? And how
it started. Well, this is our 5th year.
5th year. Okay.
And then we also started. Everything you see will be a 1 John 3:17. You know, on our papers, 1 John. You know that scripture right here.
Yeah.
That 1 John in the King James, it says, "If you have the world's goods and see your brother in need, and shut up your bowels, have a compassion for your brother," it said, "How can the love of the Lord dwell in you?" It's basically saying, if you have goods, you know, the Lord bless you. Yes. If you can't share that blessing,
exactly.
You know, the Lord don't really like that.
No,
you know, He wants you to pay it forward.
100%. You know.
And,
this is amazing. I love this so much. You know, I love it when there's charities and there's organizations like this, and especially with the car clubs. You guys always do awesome work. But this is a first, especially to be helping the teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and I appreciate that.
And especially young adults, too, you know, like trade schools, you know, you know, especially like right out of school, they need a little bit of shot in the arm, so to speak. You know, and sometimes it takes a little bit of money to, you know, push them on.
Unfortunately, it does.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately, you know, money is required.
And we don't want this kid built to pride because his parent don't have a good job, or or his parent may be laid off and can't afford. But I want that kid to have the same opportunity as that kid over there. Maybe come from a wealthy family. But I want this kid to have the same opportunity that kid did.
Okay.
That's kind of how we all got started. So.
And if people want to get more information, or even out there,
well, you're gonna hit this QR code, and then like that, and then they go straight to our Facebook page, RIDES4, the number 4. RIDES4RUGRATS.
RIDES4RUGRATS.
Yeah, and then you can get tickets there to win this truck. And we're going to give the truck away in November at our show at RIDES4 Tennessee, November 4th.
Tell me about that show. What's it called again?
That's RIDES4RUGRATS with a number 4.
Okay.
And it's in RIDES4 Tennessee.
Okay.
And we're going to give away this truck. And it's all, everybody come together. Basically, it's a car show, but basically it's a bunch of people from, we have 10 or 12 different states come in for this big deal. I mean, we have 400 cars there from all kind of states, and it's all about hot rod people coming together and having fun to help somebody else.
And raising money for somebody else.
It's all about that.
What's the dates for that show?
It's November the 3rd and 4th of 2023. And that's the day we're going to give away that truck, that Saturday.
Okay.
Now, you need to talk to these guys over here. Because these two guys over here is very important to me.
Okay, tell me about them.
This guy over here, Tom Coolie, he done all the chassis work. See this, all these amazing chassis? That's your man right there. Thomas Coolie, Chop Rats Garage.
Well, I'm going to have a chat with Tom because he's been on the channel before.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's definitely going to show me some of the other builds
if I reach out to somebody and say, hey, I want somebody to help me build this chassis, you don't go to just anybody to help build a chassis. You go to the man that builds the chassis. So that's what you do. And then this man right here, Stephen Burton, he's the main man that got this started. I said, man, I'm thinking about doing a build.
Yep.
And he said, what can I do to help? So he's a very good...
Well, I'm going to have a chat with Stephen so he can tell us. So he's built the 32 Ford.
Well, see, he's our main sponsor. Waterproof Solutions back there. Stephen owns that, and he's helped us. If it wasn't for these two guys right here, this truck wouldn't be here. That's all I can tell you.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, thank
you so much. Stephen, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Who are you?
I'm Rana from Rana's Radar.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And Tom, always good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
So, tell me about this.
So
what did you start off with?
I'm kind of one of these lucky guys that come to follow folks like Thomas Coolie, and I kept being told by my buddy Jim Davis, you've got to meet Roger Dale Smith. He's got a heart for Christ. He's got a heart for kids. He wants to help. He talked Coolie into building a chassis for this truck, and he got this given to him, and this person's giving him a motor, and that. So I didn't have to do anything but kind of be a groupie and help connect the dots a little bit, and run my mouth, and have the folks that watch me for what I do.
You've done a lot more than just connect the dots.
We all have something to do, but I just like being a part of it. I mean, don't you like just being here?
I love being
here. You don't
here.
cover this because you don't like it.
Oh, I love being here.
Well, America likes it. I think America's snubbed this whole industry a little bit. I don't think America has. I think the people presenting it. So bravo that you're doing it.
I love it.
It was probably 10 years ago I got around this, and I've been, I'm going to be 61 in a week, and it's like, I feel like a 16-year-old. And these children that are gravitating to how to build this and how to do this, what he does here is not typical by any means. Nothing about it. Nothing about this is normal in the sense that you can't go buy this at the store. So it has to be engineered. It has to be safe. It has to be tested. It has to be proven. He's putting his name on it. So for me to coattail in, it's like kind of...
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm so happy I met you because your enthusiasm mimics exactly how I feel, because I get fascinated and I'm like, how does this work? How did you do this? And then you can put this on the street and you can just drive this and this works?
And you can ask him, when you're older and you haven't been around something, guys can be mean to guys like kids, like
really?
Hardcore, like, oh, you don't know that? These guys aren't like that. They're like, no, here's why you wouldn't do that, or here's what you might want to do here, or that's working at 30 miles an hour, but you really can't take that.
That's why I love
But
coming
they
to
don't
the car
whoop you
shows.
up. They show you.
They show you. They're happy
I'm
to
all
tell
about
you.
it. So that's the big thing, is not being afraid to ask a question.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to say thank you as well, because even though I'm not part of the organization, I'm happy that you are.
I'll be following you.
And hopefully, if you like the content.
I will, yeah.
But I love the fact that you are sponsoring this. And I'm helping these guys out because it's giving to the kids. Why not? That's why I love coming talking to the car clubs and all these organizations that do the charity work. And sponsorship makes that possible.
You know, the only place in the Bible God challenges you is in giving. I challenge you. He will give you more than you gave. Now, you don't do it for that reason. But I'm here to tell you, you want to be on the receiving end of kingdom stuff, not earthly stuff. So, you know, without going over the deep end, that's what it's about.
Well said. Well said.
Where are you going to see that? It's awesome.
Absolutely. I love those horns. Hey, Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure's mine.
Thank you. Have you been?
Good.
What have you been up to? I saw you at the fall
Yes.
Rumble. Yep. And which one? You had the blue one.
Yes.
But what else have you got on your hands? Walk me through it. Let's go.
Well, I've had a big hand in this charity build here.
Okay.
Roger came to me and wanted to do something for the kids. So we started putting people together, and so many people I can't even name it, you know. We could sit here for an hour talking about how many people
have helped
with this. Not one dime of it goes in any of our pockets. It's from the kindness of our heart. You know, so many people come together to build this, and you know, $20. Most people spend that at McDonald's.
Exactly.
But you can win a $40,000 or $45,000 rat rod that you can get in and drive home.
Yeah.
The only people that's benefiting from this is the kids, and that's what we're here for.
Absolutely love that. Can you tell me about the steering wheel? I love the change. You've got some wrenches in there as well.
When we started building this, we built the rolling chassis in my shop, and there was 12 of us.
Okay.
And then Roger Dale took it to another shop, of friends of ours in Missouri, Chet's shop. What's the name of Chet's shop?
Well, he's got full throttle on his car and stuff like that, but it's
Midwest Collision?
Midwest Collision. Yeah, I couldn't think. Sorry, Chet, I couldn't remember the name of your shop. But there was probably 50 guys in a weekend's time that come in here and finish this, the interior. And guys like, you're asking about the steering wheel. A guy stood over there. Who built the steering wheel?
Corey, and don't give me a line on the
Dylan
last name.
Digby.
What?
Dylan Digby.
Dylan Digby, yeah.
Rocked it out.
Well,
They
no,
built the steering
Dylan
wheel.
done the gas tank.
And
but
the gas
Corey,
tank.
Oh,
did the
that's
steering
right.
wheel.
Corey done
We're
that.
blabbing along now, because there's so many of us we can't remember who did what.
Because there was so many people involved.
Yeah.
The commodity
You couldn't
that
have paid
came together to build this.
Yeah, I mean, we sound like stumbling idiots for a moment, but I'm seriously, there's so many people.
Sir, you're definitely not idiots to me, okay? Honestly, what you guys have done here and the passion and what you're doing, it's amazing work. So.
And then stuff like that rides by and gets everybody's attention.
They get my attention, that's for sure. That's why my interviews are so casual, everybody. There is no editing.
Everybody was squirrel.
All right, can we stop here now? Let's just get this one.
Everybody was squirrel.
All right, enter the Hummer. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first the girl on the mini bike. Okay, great.
You know, if you guys didn't get an idea when I was here at the Fall Redneck Rumble on why I loved, and I was like, I can't wait for the next one. That's why spring I had to be. This is it right here. I love all kind of cars, you all know that. So especially to come here when you see trucks and rat rods and awesome patinas, love it. All right, so much has happened. What is the engine over here?
It's a small block Chevy. It was donated by Spud James. It's actually just a loaner motor. We have a machine shop that's building a brand new engine for it that we're going to put in it also.
Oh, wow.
There's no aspect of this thing that isn't brand new. I mean, it's just a body. Everything else is brand new.
Well, Steve was telling me how amazed he is with the work and the custom work that you do. Where does that come from again? You have to tell me.
A lot of sleepless nights.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah. You dream up stuff and you better write it down.
Right.
Because you'll forget it. If you dream it and you wake up, you better write it down.
And what makes this so interesting? Tell me.
People just dig it. I honestly, personally don't know why people like my stuff.
Well, it's very different.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be outside the box.
Yeah.
And when I see something that inspires me, I like to try to take an idea to the next level. And I love it when somebody sees what I've done, and then I may see something they did that mimic it, you know? And when somebody does that, to me, it's just like them showing, you know, hey dude, I like your stuff so much I copied it, you know, or tried to make my own, which just tickles me to death.
It makes you proud. It doesn't make you say, no, you can't use my design. It's
when
like,
I see something like that, I'm like, dang man, that's cooler that they thought enough of what I designed to.
I mean, you've even got rat think at the top here. Not just any rat think, a rat think that you've actually made yourself.
That's another deal that one of the guys standing around built that to go on it, you know, in the shop at Chet's. And it's crazy. I mean, there's just so much detail in this thing. Every time you walk around it, you'll see something different. I mean,
there's a bike on the back.
It goes with the truck.
And you don't just get the truck if you win this. There's actually a bike as well, because if you're coming to the Rumble, you got to have two wheels so you can get around.
Yeah, so you could drive your rat rod to the show, unload your mini bike, and ride around and you know, and check everything out.
Wow.
But it's all, you know, one of a kind. Stephen built it. Stephen and his son. They built the mini bike to go in the back. I mean, it's just like, here's your fuel tank and your airbags. I mean, everything's where you can get to it. We've got a built-in cooler in the back. It's on tracks. You can shut your cooler up in there and shut your tailgate. Come to a tailgate party and pull it out. I mean, it's just tons and tons of work, you know.
This is so cool. This is so cool. And look over here, like, look at the stitch work, you know, it's details like this that draws me. You know, maybe this has a purpose, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's just primarily for cosmetics.
It actually does pull this cab back together. Wow. We didn't want to not try to fix a dent. You know, something happened to this truck. We don't know what that is, but this is part of the story.
Exactly.
You know, a tree fell on it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Who knows where this cab was when that happened? Stuff like that just...
You have to keep it.
Yeah.
You have to preserve.
I mean,
it's history. Look at
I actually donated the cab, and then another guy donated the bed, and look, the paint matches. This bed coming from another state, and it matches like it belonged together. This cab and bed. Who knows?
Don't tell me that was a coincidence.
I mean, it's stuff like that. What's that tell you?
It was meant to be. It was meant to be. And when you guys do a good thing, all things come together to help you achieve that. You got wrenches here for the door handles, the chains.
I mean, like I said, there's so many guys, and they all know who they are.
Yeah.
And it's like me. I don't care if you mention my name or not. I know. You know, I know. He knows. Everybody knows. But they don't want to go, hey, look at me, you know. I'm not that guy. I'm nervous right now talking to you, to be honest with you. You know, so
no, don't be nervous.
I don't want to sound, you know, I'd like to be humble. I like to be humble. Most of these guys, every one of these guys are humble.
Of course, otherwise everybody would be over here saying, I did this, I did that, which is not the case. But the work speaks for itself.
Yes.
And for all involved, you know, you guys have done an amazing job. So, yeah, it's brilliant. That's awesome.
Well, we appreciate you like it. If anybody would like a ticket, they can get on RIDES4RUGRATS Facebook page and pay through PayPal. You don't have to be there to win it, and you don't even have to come get it. We will get your truck to you.
You will get it to them.
If you can't come get it, we'll make sure you get it.
Wow. People sitting at home, you know, who want to do a good thing, this is it right here. It goes to help the kids, and I know there's a lot of charity organizations that do help kids and sick kids in hospitals and girls and ladies and stuff, but I like that this is helping the older kids, and the fact that you guys have got scholarships to help them into trade, which just, it needs to happen. So definitely head over to RIDES4RUGRATS on Facebook and donate, and you could win this and then come at the Rumble and meet me next time.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Come to the RedNeck Rumble. You're missing out.
Exactly. All right, let's continue with the rat rods. Peggy, you've got yours, and Coolie. Coolie. See, I told you I shouldn't try the nicknames. And you have built it, or you've helped build it?
Me and Tim have been friends for as long as I can remember, and he calls me up and says, hey, I want you to build me a car. Sends me a couple pictures, we get started. And he just kind of comes over and checks on what we got going. He just kind of gives me free rein to do whatever I want. See,
don't you love that?
I do love that, because it lets me do what I want, and you know, and people and customers, they'll come along and say, I'd like to do this or I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
And that just spoils my creativity, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So they may think of something I never thought of, you know,
Yeah.
and then I can stair step off of that, you know.
So what did he bring to you? Did he bring you a cab or?
No, he told me what he wanted and I found it for him.
Okay.
And we got started with the body. Actually, he sent me a picture of a friend of mine's car that is here. And he says, can you build me a car like this? And the car is an Evil Ethel that is sitting over there.
Which one is it?
The one that says Evil Ethel on the side. It's another coupe, just like this one. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I know the guy that owns that car. Yes, we could build you something similar to it. So
Isn't that cool? It's
awesome.
like it's a one-stop shop, you know.
It's
You have an
awesome,
idea,
man. Yeah.
and it's not only that. Sometimes with the other builders, you have to take them something, you know, like I'm restoring this, but you take it to Coolie and he will find the car, find the project.
Well, somebody like Coolie, you can kind of give them ideas of, hey, here's what I'm looking for, and then, like you said, give him free reign and see what we turn out with. Pretty dang awesome.
Let's have a look. What have you turned out with?
It started out as 1930, so it's a true 1930 steel body. Everything else on it's custom, but the body is an original body, titled. Everything else is custom frame, custom interior, wheels. The red letter tires, we get a lot of comments at these shows about the red letter tires due to nobody sells them like that. So we did them, and that's probably one of the things that gets the most. The red letter tires, stitching, everything has been cut,
stitching.
chopped, been stitched,
Yep.
so that gets a lot of attention.
It's like it's a leather rat rod. Honestly, it's I'm loving the stitching. Well done on that.
I'm sorry?
The stitching.
Oh, yeah.
And is that also again to serve a purpose here, to pull things
it's really
together?
more for looks than it is
Okay.
for anything else. On the Rides for Rugrats
Yeah.
truck, it does serve a purpose.
Yep.
But
this
for this,
one here.
you know, it just kind of, where the seams were, it just kind of Frankensteins it. I kind of like that look. I built a car a couple of years ago with a lot of that in it, and he saw it and kind of wanted to do the same thing. We just went with different color wires. Because you
Nice.
can get wire in almost any color. So I could have did red or whatever. You know, it's
That is
just,
so cool.
you know, the contrast to try to keep the colors, you know.
And that's the gas tank right here.
That's the gas tank, yeah.
Is
A
that
lot-
where it was?
That's original. A lot of people put a fuel cell in them, but these tanks were in such a good shape and we had them checked out. We use our tanks as the fuel cell. So,
And you
Makes
get
it a-
more leg room that
yeah.
way.
And you get more legroom. And what is the engine here? 425?
It's a small block Chevy 283.
283.
Yeah, it's hopped up 60 over, got a big cam. Of course, you know, dual carbs and a tunnel ramp. It's a lot more power than the little old light car needs, but it's a lot of fun.
I bet. And what about the inside here? Did
Well-
you have a say in like the...
Most of the inside I did as far as the stickers and stuff. Cooley did the console, the shifter for me, but a lot of the stickers, seats, stuff like that I did. But a lot of people are doing signs, license plates.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try to do something a little different, just make mine a little more unique.
I love the wooden
We did
floors.
the wood floors. That was Cooley's idea.
See, you know, Coolie, the difference with your Rugrats is, and Rugrat can be anything, not Rugrat, a rat rod can be anything, right?
Right.
Can be absolutely anything. You can use it. But what I appreciate is you still try to make things blend. Like the center console there kind of matches with the chassis frame you've got going on underneath as well. So it's still a rat rod, it still looks awesome. But it's not just anything put together, it's actually thought out.
Yeah.
And that's why you've got your shop.
Yes.
Remind us, what's your shop again?
Chopped Rats Garage.
Right here.
And
There's
where are
the
you
logo.
based in?
Dixon, Tennessee. There's one of my cars there.
Got to put this out there because...
And I appreciate that.
And how long would something like this take you? From start to finish, even if you didn't have the project with you?
Well, that's a wild story because we got pushed to the limit on this car and the rat rod that you filmed last year.
Okay.
We debuted both of these at the same time, and believe it or not, I built both of them in 3 months.
In 3 months.
In
Did
3
you
months.
sleep?
Not much. Close to the end, we got close to for the fall rumble.
Yeah.
But then 3 weeks out, I had to call in a few guys to help me because I'm a one man show. I have a business partner. His name is David, and he comes and helps too. And when he can, but he also owns a construction business, so he stays a little busy doing that. He
Right.
kind of turns me loose I just kind of do as I can do.
And you just become the mad scientist inside
Exactly.
the garage.
And I've got a wiring guy. I hate wiring. I can do it myself, but I have a guy that comes over, Lincoln Bryan. He comes over and helps me. And like with Haggy, we run down to the wire, and I said, dude, you're going to have to come over here and work on, and help us a little bit. Which he was ready. He was always ready to come. It ain't like I had to drag him over or anything. He's at my house the next day, and we made it happen. Me and a few other guys and friends made these two debut last fall.
You've got the skills, definitely. So is it just rat rods, or can someone come and get you, to make a custom piece for them?
I can build anything they want.
Anything they want, grills, anything.
I mean, if they want something custom, if I can't do it, I know somebody. I am connected enough to make it happen.
Okay.
So you can't really know everything. You can only be as good as the people that you surround yourself with. If you have a bad apple in the bunch, the rest of them will spoil. But if you surround yourself with good people and with good intentions.
And that's very common amongst you car folk, because you all have got people around you that helps you when you need it. And awesome. I appreciate this.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you.
All right.
Thanks a lot. What is the pin-up girl?
It is.
Is she here today?
No, she's not. I really wish she would have came, but she didn't.
Oh, that is so cool.
This just come out 2 weeks ago. Check it out, RatRod Magazine. You can check it out. Get your copy at RatRodMagazine.com.
RatRod Magazine, on the cover of it, Tony is your rat rod.
Yes, ma'am. This month.
This is so cool. As soon as I walked past it, I was like, wait, is that a tractor hood? What's going on here? 1946 tractor front end. You said the cab is a 46 as well.
46 F6 cab, and the bed is a 46 F1 bed.
Okay.
So I was able to keep all the same air year, same air patina, everything on the cover of RatRod Magazine this month.
So walk with me, Tony, and tell us, what did you start first? Did you have the cab?
We did. We bought the original truck. It was just a milk truck out of Cleveland, Mississippi.
Okay.
It ran for a milk truck, delivering milk back in the 40s. We decided, we picked the truck up and built the cab. I had Coolie, which you just met, Thomas.
Yeah.
He built the chassis for me, and we set the cab on there, and then at that point I just took it and ran with it.
You just took it and you ran with it.
And ended up doing a cantilever front end setup with an air ride. Lifts up and down. Chain, sprocket front end steering. As you can see here with my sprockets, where you can do all the steering with gears. Turbo LS, fuel injected, all Terminator Max fuel injection on it.
There is a lot happening here.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot to come up with. You have the radiator, of course, is all in there tucked in behind. All copper piping for the radiator underneath there. You can look underneath. Everything's done in copper.
This is why I wanted to show everyone Tony's one in particular as well. We love rat rods, and as I was saying, a rat rod can be anything put together, but you've done this so well. It's actually well thought out,
Thank you.
Period correct, well, to an extent. But you've got the same era throughout the entire body.
I wanted to keep it all forward, and I wanted to keep it all in the same year as well.
And if we look at the front, it actually looks like Ratfink.
Yeah, it does. It looks just like a tractor. Ratfink itself, huh?
Yeah, it actually does. And I think that's why they liked it as well, because
it's wicked. And if you get to the inside, you can also see where I have all the copper lines coming into the cab, running. There's my valves. They're 1940s wrenches.
Oh my goodness.
Those turn on and off to raise the truck up and down. I use the same tractor shifter that came with the front end for the shifter. Terminator X, all digital inside, removable steering wheel, iron aces, seats.
Now, what is the chassis that is being used here?
The chassis is custom built. It's nothing you can just go
built.
buy.
You
can't buy it.
You can't put all three together.
Right. Thomas laid it out on his metal bench and built it, and we ran with it, put everything together. As you can see, I have my gas tank as an old beer keg. All that copper piping back here is all for my air. And as you can see, it's milk. Used to be a milk truck, so I decided to use a milk container tank, for my air. All these do work. You can lower the truck by letting the air pressure out for the faucets.
Just from the actual faucets. Oh,
yep.
Wow.
And pretty much for looks, but it also functions. This is my air ride. This all holds the air for my air system for the whole truck. That's the dualies on 35-inch
You know,
tires.
you could have just had pipes, but you actually wanted to have copper pipes. I'm saying you could have just...
I could have just ran regular plastic lines or anything, right? Yeah. I wanted to do something different. It's a milk truck, you know, so we decided to do something a little different. The handcuffs, I named the truck Felonies because of my job. I'm a bondsman, I'm a bounty hunter.
You're a bounty hunter.
So
I did notice the handcuffs inside as well.
That's the reason the truck's name is Felony, so...
Well, I won't give you too much of my details there.
Might hunt you down.
This is so cool.
It's a unique truck.
Well, Tony, you have to turn it on. I want to see the air rides in action.
Okay, all right, we can do it. Just a few minutes, we'll let it air up.
That is super cool.
I'm gonna raise it up for you.
Okay.
You just gotta take some minutes to build the air up in the tank.
No worries, I'll cut off the beats, yeah. So when do you turn the faucets?
Whenever you want to let it down, you can turn them off and it'll set the truck down, or you can lower them by the wrenches in there.
Or you can do it in there
you can do it either way.
Okay.
It still needs quite a bit.
Okay.
It'll still come up, it needs some more air. Definitely a crazy build for sure.
Oh, 100%.
And
100%.
nothing you can go out and buy for this truck. Everything is custom built. You can't just go out and buy a part. You have to find it, weld it, fabricate it. You can't just bolt no part in there.
Everything is
custom. You have to build your brackets, like everything.
So you started with the cab and then you found yourself a bed.
Yep, found the bed, found the front. Actually found the front end first, then found the bed, then just started running with it.
And when did the idea come to you that you wanted to build something like this? Was it just a work in progress?
I went to a show down in the coast called Atomic Blast. Seen a few trucks I liked, and when I seen them, I just like, you know what, I got to build one. It was going to be a burnout truck, but then my mind changed and things went different ways.
So that's it. All right. Sorry guys, can I just sit here?
Yeah, you're okay.
Nice. Very cool. Awesome. And congratulations again.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
need it. But they're in the right company. All right, Coolie, you've done some more stuff to this.
Okay.
Now, I'm seeing, was that there before?
Which part?
The
frame, yes. The frame was that way.
The frame was that way.
I added the cab supports for the roof.
Okay.
I actually have a snap bikini top for it now. My girlfriend Candace, she covered the seats. She done a great job.
Wow, is she here?
She is here.
She should come and say hello. I would love to see her. She actually had part in this.
Hold on, I'll get her.
Okay. You know, if she's made the seats, she has to be here. Candace, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, hon. I love the seats.
Oh, thank you very much.
You've got your hands involved in this, and I guess I'm not surprised being together with him. You gotta get your hands dirty sometimes.
Exactly. Well, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I'm born and raised into hot rods. My granddaddy was 90 years old, General Motors. He used to work on the original assembly line.
Okay.
So I'm born and raised with a heart of Chevrolet in me. And then I actually saw him at RedNeck Rumble and then had the hots for him. And then here we are. But he's the mastermind. And I just couldn't, he was about to be shot by RatRod Magazine. And I said, something's got to be done to the seats where it just stands out.
Something that needs the ladies' touch.
Right.
To get involved, and it does stand out.
He said, what are you thinking? He said, what about, the Mexican blankets? And I said, cowhide. He said, cow print? I said, just trust me. So we went to the fabric store, and I said, there it is. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yes, this is it. And then literally he made me go to bed, and I just wanted it to be perfect.
You did a great job on this. Just from the fine work here with the buttons and everything. So you've done this before?
No, so I've done interior for square bodies.
Okay.
And just the original bench seat covers and whatnot, carpet, door panels. But I've never done basically a custom cover. This is my first time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've obviously got the hand for it.
Well, I've really enjoyed it.
So, wow, this is awesome. And what is your ride? What do you usually like to drive?
Square bodies and C10s.
I knew I would like her.
Yeah, he's working on my next one. I had basically like a show square body, 1979, but I fell out of love with it. And it's supposed to be my forever truck. He said, well, you don't love it anymore. So I ended up getting 3 trucks instead. And he's going to help me build my dream truck. It's going to have like half RatRod vibes, half square body.
Okay, so I might be seeing you at the C10 Nationals sometime?
Yes, I'm usually at it, and I'm here for the Southeastern Truck Nationals.
Okay, well, I hope to see you in your truck.
Oh, thank you. I hope to as well.
So nice to meet you, hon.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, Coolie, what else have you done in here since the last time I saw it?
Well, we changed the console.
Tell me about the console. You put a cage on it.
Yeah, it was made of redwood like the floorboards are, and I just thought it didn't flow like I wanted it to.
Now I'm thinking, and I'm going to be honest here, wouldn't that get hot putting your hand on it?
Well, you don't want your fingers to rub against the drive shaft. It doesn't actually get hot; it just spins.
What about the actual frame that you've got around it now? Because I understand that.
Well, if the sun shines on it, it'll get hot, might get a little warm. But besides that, it doesn't get hot.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not really drawing any heat because it's mounted to a wood floor, so it doesn't draw heat.
Okay,
like metal does.
Yep, that makes sense.
I just wanted more of a console, and then I made these to match the frame. So
that's what I did notice.
Tie that into the console,
I noticed the top, so that's why I thought that maybe the frame was new as well.
No, the frame was the original idea with the whole deal. What started that notion?
Because you've got it here too.
Yes, it's the whole frame. What started that frame notion is if you go across old bridges, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
And I kept going across this old bridge, and every time I would go across the bridge, and then I got to thinking about erector sets from when I was a kid, and I thought, man, it'd be so cool to build a frame like that. I wonder if I can make it work. And I just kept fooling with it, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to try it. So I tried it, and here we are.
You tried it, and here you are. And you've now carried it over to so many other builds too.
Yes.
And you've got some pinstriping done as well since the last time I saw you. Did you do that?
No, Brittany Beasley.
Good, I'm glad, because I'd be like, well, you do everything there.
I call her Beezy B, but her name is Brittany Beasley, and she does most of my pinstriping for me. Just straight out of her head, that's freehand.
Wow. Goes really well. This has been awesome. I'm so happy I ran into you again.
Yeah. A whole lot more to talk about
A
this time.
whole lot more to talk about this time.
Exactly.
And I'm sure we'll have more next time.
Exactly. Sounds good.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody, I am going to move on, but before I do, we spoke to Steve earlier as well. He's the sponsor for RIDES4RUGRATS, and such a nice, generous man. What has he given me, Coolie?
He paid for you to have a ticket to win the RIDES4RUGRATS truck.
I am not lucky, you know. I wish I was lucky, and I'm going to take this and hold it with all my luck, and hopefully I could get that RatRod.
It'll be cool if you do. I'd love to see you win it. I'd love to see somebody win it that loves the car culture.
Oh, I would love it, and I would literally drive it. So I appreciate that so much. Thank you, you guys. Such a generous group. Thank you, Steve, again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.